Hey Grace for Roses, I hope you guys are doing well. And today's video featuring my husband. He's making his delicious chicken and salsa verde. Stay tuned and stick around, and thanks for watching. Enjoy. So we just picked up our ingredients, so we're gonna get started with this delicious meal after this. And of course, knowing me, I had to romanticize making this meal.
Today we're gonna make salsa verde, except we're gonna be using it with chicken instead of the pork shoulder. And we are going to use Anaheim peppers instead of the poblano peppers that you would usually use in this dish. But so today we got a little bit of seasoning, chicken seasoning. Probably won't use all these, but we're definitely gonna use the chicken seasoning. We also are going to use chicken thighs because chicken thighs don't dry out as quick. So in this, you see we have our tomatoes, Anaheim peppers, onions, garlic, chilies, jalapeno, and serrano peppers. We're going to go ahead and take these. We're going to roast them in a pan. Until you're able to peel it off. Garlic, we're going to go ahead and get about 4 cloves of that, depending on how much you're going to be making. And once we get the temperature of the oven up, we'll let that roast. Go ahead and chop our onions into quarters, and that way we can put those in the blender. Once we get that set, we'll chop up our cilantro so that we can use that to put into the actual dish once it starts to cook. As you can see, the peppers are getting to the charred stage, and we take our chicken at this point and we chop it up into quarters. After we chop the chicken into quarters, we get ready to put that in the pan. But before that, I wash my hands, clean them real well before I go in there and start to peel my peppers. And I really only am gonna peel the Anaheim chili because the skin is kind of like paper-like. So yes, and it's very hot. Once I do that, I take all of the tomato, all of the peppers, and the jalapenos and serranos, tomatoes, and I put them into a blender. That's the consistency I'm looking for right there. Alright, so now we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to our pan. We're going to go ahead and sear our chicken and brown it real well, and get all that flavor in there. We might throw in a little bit of extra seasoning. There's our chicken seasoning I was talking about. green chili verde into the pot with the chicken and allow that to simmer for about another 30 minutes. All in all, this dish took me about, I would say, an hour. About an hour or so. I did take my time, so it took me about an hour and a half personally, but if you were going to try and rush through it, you can do it in an hour. Throw a little bit of cilantro in there while it's cooking to get itself a little bit more flavor. And yes, I did turn the heat down a little bit because you can see it popping everywhere. But all in all, everyone, this meal came out really well. After tasting it, I would say the only difference that I would do or change would be probably limit the amount of heat green tomato that I put in there. Other than that, it was exquisite.
Thank you all for watching, and if you haven't yet, like, share, and subscribe, and see you next time.